How is everybody doing this morning? Good morning to those on the West Coast. Good lunchtime to those on the East Coast. Everyone in the middle, you're just gonna have to wait a couple more hours for me to wish you any good anything, okay? No, good day to you all. It is definitely, how did I get here? Where am I right now? On top of the world. No, I'm actually in somewhere in on cyber. Always taking the opportunity to explore and be innovative and creative. Oh my gosh, you don't want to fall off. Speaking of innovative and creative, I'm really, I ordered a green screen off of Guitar Center, and basically they were giving me, it was like so much trouble to get this green screen that I said, you know what, cancel the order. But I really wanted to have something, so shout out to the whiteboard that I put a blanket over, and somehow working as an effective green screen for now. How are y'all doing? Good morning, good morning. Today's live stream actually is being streamed directly into LinkedIn as well. This is part of a series that I'm doing to support the community in honor of Ramadan. Happy Ramadan, everybody. Part of Ramadan is doing charitable works. So I'm going to be here basically talking a bit about business essentials and how to actually navigate Web3 in a way that is going to help your business achieve outcomes, not your move of desperation, like how can I oh my god. That was amazing. How can you give your customers an experience like that and might help them feel something amazing in discovering, oh my god, I just want to do that again. Well, allowing them to feel something special about your business, about your ideas. See the big picture. Maybe you want to give them the freedom to take a leap. To not be afraid to take that leap and see the big picture. Oh my god. What is good Sango of the East? That's family right there. That is family. Sango, did you see the really funny video that came out yesterday? For those of you who didn't, there's a YouTuber with like 800,000 subscribers who dropped a pretty I'm not gonna lie, pretty amazing video about Decentraland. It's really brightened my day. I feel like it's time to get on topic here. And if we're going to start talking about what we're going to be talking about today, I have to start with kind of the most essential part of metaverse exploration and Web3, and that is being authentic and getting in there and exploring it yourself. An essential part about Web3 culture and success is being authentic to the culture you're getting involved in. You can't jump into this and hand it over to your lackey or an intern and say, hey, yo, go figure out that Web3 thing and, hope that it actually makes an impact for your business. It's never going to make an impact for your business until you start to understand it yourself. Until you start to look at things from the perspective of how can I get something out of this, of how can I create something with this? How can I explore new ways of creating with this? I feel like a part of business essentials, I'm going to break this down to a few sections here. Number one, that is cost-effective trial and error. If you're testing out new waters with your team, if you're testing out new waters at all, like as a company, you need to feel comfortable with some trial and error. If you're not comfortable with trial and error, then you're going to be too afraid to fail. And failure is kind of the key to really refining yourself and your culture and your product. So a great way to get started I'm going to give you some free resources that you can use, starting with OnCyber. Why is OnCyber so useful? Well, it provided a very lower barrier for creators to start building things that are metaverse integrated. They have this 3D studio, and they're the first Web3 metaverse space to actually integrate ChatGPT. They have a ChatGPT API they're in beta testing right now, and I'll tell you, imagine looking at this build right here, for instance, which there's a story behind this build and how it came together in a matter of, I think, 20 minutes. Literally, They have ChatGPT where you can type in and say, oh, put white frames around everything, and it'll put white frames around everything. So there's another, it's free and fast-paced iteration. Fast-paced iteration. On a people who know me know I've been on Decentraland for a long time. I've created the Decentraland Report, a decentralized news network. If you watched that video, then you know about this. Fairly simple. But in Decentraland, there are a lot of challenges to building in Decentraland, and there are a lot of challenges to accessing Decentraland. That doesn't mean that a challenge should stop us from, seizing the unique opportunities that different mediums hold. But you just have to be aware of. And in a way, I think early on, Decentraland was one of the few that offered a lot of what it offered. And now, if you actually compared the price to building in Decentraland to the price of building something in Sandbox, or at least the price of land, let's say, but then, you get things like accessibility change. So there are trade-offs. If we're talking about the ease of creation, the ease of bringing this into the fold of business essential value, you can do that very easily through OnCyber. And they even offer some very unique ways that you can co-create in these spaces. So typically, if you're on Decentraland, you're gonna end up you're gonna have to pay some money to get some land if you want to buy it. That's number one. Right here, the lowest price, let's just say $1,200 to buy a singular piece of land that is 12 meters by 12 meters long. Very limited in your space, right? And you're completely responsible for building what comes there. If you don't know how to code, you're going to have to rely on an embedded builder to create this scene and land. And trust me, maybe you will fare pretty well if you have something like Sims experience, right? If you played The Sims, maybe you'll fare pretty well. But if you've never played The Sims, then you're going to have a harder time. You're going to have to learn some of this in native UI. You're going to have some issues. There's definitely some learning curve, but you can still build some pretty cool stuff. But there are definitely challenges. There has been an attempt to update this editor, which failed drastically. And I can comment more on that. Hey, what's going on, Patrick? I see Patrick's tuned in. Appreciate everybody leaving comments, leaving questions. Definitely feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments and the questions. Today's topic is business essentials in the metaverse and how you can leverage the metaverse to actually strategically create value. Not to just build hype around a product, but actually to create culture around whatever it is. My background's in music, art, technology. So I've had extensive experience with this. So I'm just pretty much using the next week to give for free all of these informations. If you are interested in finding out more, just go on my website, imagineonearth.com. So as I said, Decentraland offers a lot of ups and downs. Iteration is not, I would say, one of Decentraland's finest suits. They do come with a lot of benefits. So even before getting into Decentraland, Sandbox, OnCyber, what are your business goals? Is it lead generation? Is it having a consistent relationship with your community? Is it solving a problem? I work with one artist whose name is Grief Support. And most literally, his goal is to solve the grief or support the grief of his community. And he does that. And so we talk about what kind of tools that we use to solve that problem. We don't just go into Decentraland. We don't just go into Sandbox. We don't just go into OnCyber. We are literally talking about what is the problem, what is that we're solving for our user, for our customer, for our audience. For instance, Kanye West is solving the problem of motivation. If you want to motivate, if you want to believe in yourself, if you want to be highly motivated, you typically might go to listen to some Kanye West. Of course, there are different avenues you might go for your personal preference, but that's how you approach solving a problem as an artist, as a creator, as a musician. So let's say off the bat, you're just trying to get started with little cost, but you really like Decentraland. You can go to something like Landworks. If you go to landworks.xyz, they are one of the most pristine creators of, they have this platform And they're sort of the forefront builders of this platform that allows you to rent out land. So literally you can rent out land, and they even had their own grant program where they gave money to creators who built free land for you to use. Why? Because there was a major problem in Decentraland. The cost of land, so on this platform, you can in turn rent land for something like, look, you can rent some $15 a day. You can get a 2 plot of land in Decentraland. $2 a day, you can get a one. Let's see if we wanted to get a large estate. Let's see if we want to get a large estate. There's a filter for that. Estate. So here you go. Instead of spending 1,000, I'm gonna go from the top. Like some people, because so many people assume. I literally, no offense, I talked to one artist. I'm not gonna name them, but I met them at NFT LA, Outer Edge, and they said, and if you're listening, I'm not gonna call out your name, and I didn't tell you this in person. I've been thinking about this, but I didn't want. We were recording a video. I didn't want to say this online, but here we go. I'm going to say this out loud so at least other people listening can hear this piece of crucial advice. He came to me. This person's working with artists like Snoop Dogg, I think Ice Cube, Eminem, major names. He is one of the biggest names in Web3 NFT art. And he's like, hey, I just got a piece of land in Decentraland. And he's like, I just got a 1 plot. Why? Because of course, 12 grand. Who's gonna, 1,200, 1,200. Who's gonna drop 1,200 right off the bat? And he said, I got it close to Genesis Plaza, the center of the map, because, I'm thinking location, location, location. And let me start by telling you, that is the wrong way to think about things. Right off the bat, I don't want to, that's just the wrong way to think about things. Let me give you a different way to look about things. He spent $1,200 on that plot of land. Here's how I would have looked at that $1,200 if I was working with this art. If I could bring back the hands of time, I would have said, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take that $1,200. Instead of having a 1 plot of land in Decentraland, what we're going to do is we're going to get this one right here. Oh, this is this is massive. Look at this. Massive. 12,800 meters. 50 plots of lands. My goodness. 50 plots of land. Let's go over to where this is. Let's go check out the spot. So already for how much, a drastic amount less. We're going to do, let's just say we do 2 days, okay? A 2-day event here. We're going to do a 2-day event. It's going to cost us 120, 130 bucks plus gas. Maybe let's just say 150 bucks, okay? And let's assume that he spent 1,500. So now he's used 10% of his budget now on the land as opposed to 100%. So now we have 10% of that budget on the land, and we have 50 times the space. 50 times the space. And if you go to Decentraland and you know something about these spaces, where things happen, it's when events are happening. People don't just hang out in Decentraland, they go to events. Like right here, Metaverse Fashion Week. They're going to events. Okay? I have a strong feeling. Look at this, Pine Plaza. So now I'm going to show you something. You build out a really cool event, a really cool space, right? And you start to do weekly events. Okay, let's start with one cool event, right? You do it, right? You bring a lot of people to the event. You have some great success. I don't want to go too far too fast, because I don't know where other people are in their journey and their learning. And I don't know what your questions are. So if you have any questions, make sure you drop those below. I want to know what your questions might be. What is going on, Zacuto? Because I'm going to drop some serious gems right here. So we said, artist, major label that I talk to. They're working with artists like Eminem and Snoop Dogg. They spent $1,500 on a piece of land near Genesis Plaza that is currently empty, we can fairly assume. Let's turn back the hands of time. We say, artist, we're actually going to get you this 50 plot of land, 10% of your budget now. You still have 90% of your budget left. And we're going to get this 50 plot of land. We're going to use the other 90% of your budget, the other, let's say, 1,350, right? Firstly, we're going to grab one of these amazing scenes from Landworks that comes free. So we're not going to go spend money right now on getting a developer who's going to upcharge us and do, no offense, because we're in the iteration phase. We're in the testing phase. Until you've started to make money on this, you should not be reinvesting into things that aren't that don't guarantee. If you want to be a 10x company, every dollar you spend should be 10xing. You should be able to calculate and draw on paper how that value 10x's. I learned about you, Zakuto says, I learned about you from that folding ideas video, so I checked out your last stream. I'm interested in what you have to say, so I'm going to keep quiet, listen for a bit. Zakuto, thank you. This session right here is, if you're tuned in, I'm doing a live session also on LinkedIn that is basically business essentials on how you can create value and how to entrepreneurially do things in the metaverse. For those of you who are just starting to tune in summary, I'm talking to a major label artist right now who just purchased land for $1,500 at the center of Genesis, near Genesis Plaza. It's a 1x1. And I didn't have the chance, and I'm basically here talking about how you might do that more efficiently, more effectively. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. So rather than spend $1,500 on land in Decentraland for a 1-of-1, basically to catch you up to where we are right now, we're saying instead what we're going to do, number one, we're going to go on an app like Landworks, where we can access a 50 plot of land, for instance, for a day, per day, for $66 right here. So in other words, let's say $150, 2 days. We can do a 2-day event in Decentraland for this artist for a 10th of the price that he paid for a 1x1 plot. Okay? So now you might say, okay, there's nothing on here. You have to build something. Maybe you don't want to spend all your time using the free builder to build something, but it is possible. Let me show you some of the things that are possible. For instance, using this builder, this is the plot of land. This is like the first plot of land that I built. Like not the first plot of land, the first like bigger structure that I built. And this is done completely with this builder. And if you go back into our streams, you'll see some good memories made, but this took a long time to make, folks. So, and maybe it doesn't look as professional or to the brand to what other, maybe they're like, they get frustrated. It's okay. People have solved this problem. Landworks did a grant, which by the way, I was telling people about on this channel, and they sponsored my channel to tell people about this grant. Why? Because my mission on this channel is to empower creators. So basically, you can come here on Landworks and they have free scenes which have been built out that they basically gave people, submitted their ideas, their grant, their builds, and you can use these spaces for free. Let's see. I want to show you. Dude, I wish they made this a little easier to navigate. Application 40. I just want to get you, okay. Okay. So this is like an example of one of the, this is pretty nice. Like you might actually end up having to pay like a designer something like, to make something like this, maybe $300, $400 just for the 3D model. And so basically, you can probably go on, let me actually go on their Twitter. On their Twitter, I guarantee they probably have it easier to find. So Landworks, if you're watching this right now, make these easier to find, bro. Come on. Maybe you're like, Kevin, it's like right in front of you, but I'm sorry, like, here you go. Here's an example right here. How to deploy open source scene. Okay, thank you. This stuff, you should have a pinned post of this, bro. So this is for free. Look at this. It comes with a scene. They don't have downscaled models of their project on their plot in DCL. You know what, Zakudo? You're right. You're absolutely. You know what they did do? They created. They have a bunch of little scene plots where they like just stack them one next to the other. And that is because, frankly, it does work, but it's not the best end user experience. And also, where is it? Like, I'm not, by the way, I'm not ragging on anybody. My wife always tells me I come off very opinionated. I come off very strongly about what I'm passionate about. Clearly, Folding Ideas was like, this guy is just wild enough for me to talk about him in this documentary. But yeah, do your own research. But like, Landworks solved a major problem for creators coming in, which is the cost to build a really cool space. It is a lot. So back to our story. Oh, Jumpin' Spider. So back to our story. We're talking about this artist. Let's call him Superstar Mega NFT Don, because that's what he is. He spent $1,500 on this plot of land. We took him back. We said, hey, no, you don't want to spend $1,500 on a plot of land. You want to go on something like Landworks. And there are other rental platforms. Do your own research. I'm not saying this is the only one, but this is one that I've used and I know is functional and is solid. Say right now, you in Fashion Week, look, right near Fashion Street Estate, you want to partake in Fashion Week and you want to get a 2 plot of land right there, $15. 1% of your total cost. Mega Superstar, you spend $1,500. I'm going to give you, let's take 1% of that. Now we have a 2 plot, right? And now we're going to launch one of these beautiful grant funded builds that, you know, it's like sourced in a beautiful way. $10,000 or so went to an artist to build that for the community of builders. Great. Now you have that for free. You spent 1% for a 2 plot. And maybe you said, hey, I want to go mega. I'm willing to spend 10% of my funds on the land. And now I have a 50 plot. Boom. Whoa. 50 plot. Mega. Okay? And then you get those builds, and on this 50 plot, you put them scattered around and you create a scavenger hunt, a 2-day scavenger hunt event. You go in the events page in Decentraland, you create an event. And they're like, oh my God, Mega Superstar guy that I know is doing an event for 2 days. And you've only spent so far 10% of your budget. Okay? What are you going to do? Kev, you're like, Kev, what should I do with the other 90%? Well, this is what you're going to do. You're not going to pump a post on, number one, you're going to pay me $300 to work on this project. I'm going to give you an hour of my time. Okay? Fair enough. You're gonna have me on your team. This can be worth it. Maybe you don't want to do that on this first try, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Let's count that out for this one. You still have the 10%. We're gonna get most value out of this. You're gonna take right now. How much? We have 1,350 left. We're gonna take. Let's take 10% of that. for giveaways. We're going to take 10% of that, another 10%, another $150 to buy an NFT that is super dope. Something that is relevant to your culture, relevant to your brand. What is good shake and bake? You're going to spend, so now you have $150. Maybe you want to do more. Maybe you want to do 20%. That's $300. You spend $300, 20% on buying something for your community. And make it thoughtful, because the more thoughtful you do, the better. The more, use that $300 to be super creative, to make something super dope for your community. You spend $150 getting the land, you have a free build. You spent $300. You spent on making something dope. What can that be? Maybe that can be everything from, you're going to make a one-of-a-kind shirt from handmade piece of a shirt or a hat. You're going to go to the store. You're going to spend $300. You're going to buy a blank. You're going to make a dope piece of gear for $300, right? You're going to make it from scratch, hand make it. Maybe you need to talk to your homie that does embroidery. Maybe you go out, you buy some patches. You go to the thrift store, you find some stuff. Be creative. Use your $300 and put your intuitive soul into that thing. Right? This is important. And trust me, it doesn't just stop there and say, Kevin, nobody wants my patchwork 300 thing. And by the way, only one person's going to get that. What difference does that make? Hold your horses. Hold your freaking horses. Hold your horses. People on LinkedIn might not be ready for this. This is the energy we bring. People, hold your horses in chat right now. Hashtag hold your freaking horses. You're going to spend that $300. You're going to go ahead and you're going to go to the store. You're going to get your thrift on. You're going to make something super dope for your community. You spend $450 at this point. You still have, let's make it easy on the math. We had $1,500 total. You spend $350. So now you have spent $500 total between the land and making a super handcrafted dope piece of art, wearable, cool thing that represents you and the culture and the problem you're solving for your audience. You have $1,000 left. With that $1,000, what you're going to do, first $500, you're going to hire somebody amazing like Sango of the East. Shout out to Sango who's in chat right now. You're going to hire Sango of the East to make a dope piece of clothing. Maybe a bit more. Depends on the detail of it. But $500, Sango, you let me know. Sango can put something pretty dope together for you. There you go. You show him what you made, the clothing that you made, and you say, Sango, this is what it is. I need something like a metaverse version of that. It doesn't need to be the exact same kind, because we don't create things in the metaverse like they would be in real. We have the artistic freedom to evolve ideas. Shout out to the Metaflower. By the way, the reason why the Metaflower was called the Metaflower is because of the architectural design that starts from a seed which holds the entire structure of the building. That is why it's called the Metaflower. In that documentary, there is a mention of that Metaflower being being such. By the way, I'm going to show you in a second because I want to show you something really cool. So say you spend that $1,000, you made $500 to get Sango to make it. And the other $500 is going to be sort of like, number one, you need to pay for it to publish. Exactly, Zakudo. Exactly. You get it. It's culture. It's a kind of a hive mind probably concept. Many people have thought about that. Whoa. The lotus sign. I'm pretty sure this is like the lotus mudra. This is like the lotus mudra in Buddhism. It just came. So you spent your $500 making the design digital, and you can make 10,000, 5,000, 1,000, however many of these units you want to make, you can make them. You're not limited to just one. Now you've taken one idea. That you've made, and it's put your heart and soul into in a physical. You know how much you've augmented the value of that physical item? Now you have an NFT version of it. So now you have your scavenger hunt event where everybody, up to 10,000 people, can get your version, right? And then you can, using that NFT and who has it in their wallet, do a raffle. You don't even need those people to submit, apply, whatever, XYZ. You already have all the data that you need from that NFT, from the people who've claimed at that event, to do a random airdrop to one of those people of an NFT where that allows them to claim that one of one hat. And you can say like, hey, you have a week to claim that one of one hat. If you don't claim it, I'm going to airdrop another NFT to somebody else, and etc. until somebody claims it, right? So before Web3, in order for you to actually do something like that, trust me, it was not the same experience. You had to collect people's phone number, address. There was concern, you had to actually, in this situation, all somebody needs to do is go to an event, a location, an experience that you create as an artist, a scavenger hunt that you literally, and you did all of this for $1,500 rather than right now you currently have your one of one plot of land because location, right? Wrong. So say in this event, you had your event, you did you did great. A lot of people came through and you said, oh my gosh, I had 100, I had 1,000, I had, let's say like 200, 300 people. Zacuto, okay, I want to bring this back then. Zacuto's a little lost. There's an NFT, everyone gets a wearable of an NFT of which is one of a kind, which is also, so everyone would get the digital version of that physical, right? Everyone would get the digital version. There's 10,000. That's what we created. We spent $500 to create the digital version that we can have 10,000 of, and everybody who comes to the event in Decentraland will be able to claim that wearable. From there, we'll get a list of all the wallets that have that wearable, and we will be able to do a randomized airdrop. So in random, we'll airdrop to one of these wallets. Maybe the first 100 people to come to the event. Will randomly airdrop maybe to the first 100 people or maybe to all of them, right? A new NFT, a separate NFT that is a one of one NFT. Absolutely, this is what I'm here for. A one of one NFT that is like, if you have this NFT, then you're gonna be able to claim this one of one hat. That's the way that Artifact does it. They have, Artifact. They have their, massive collection, right? And having this massive collection allows you to claim, for instance, like the shoes. And if you have this shoe NFT, it allows you later to claim like the physical shoe. So it's the same sort of mechanism. But kind of, it sounds complicated, but it's really not. I'll break it down into the simple steps. You create your one of one actual thing for $300, right? Your hat. And then from there, you create, okay, here, for example, let me give you an example. I made this tote pack for myself. I went to Gap and I had them embroidered Kevin on Earth on top. And I got all sorts of cool little, I thrifted a bunch of cool little, look at this, Pickle Rick. Pickle Rick, come on. Big fish, because I'm the big fish, baby, let's go. Look at this. Kirby Naruto, are you kidding me? Kirby Naruto? Have you ever seen a Kirby Naruto pin? Let's freaking go. Oh, wait, that's not it. You can't see because of the chroma key too well because of the chroma key. But yes, that is Hey Arnold in his like signature banana costume. Like this art. This is art. I made this. I wear this around. This is my bag right here in the bag. But what I could do is I could say, yo, Sango of the East, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna hook me up. I'm gonna throw you that cash. You're gonna put together like a little wearable here. You know, you wear this thing like this. We're gonna make it a little wearable here, upper body wearable. You know what I mean? 10,000 of those. Let's go. Drop a 9 in chat if you want me to. I will freaking do this. This is an example, but freaking I will do this. I'm starting to get excited about this idea. So what we're gonna do? Let's go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, boom. We got our one of one. We are going to pay our homie Sango. We're going to make those digital wearables that we can publish in the store that are going to be on the Decentraland marketplace, right? And then everyone who comes to the event is going to claim that, right? And then from those people, I'm going to randomly airdrop the one of one NFT that I'm probably gonna make on, on OpenSea. I'm just gonna go to create here, and I'm gonna I could do it on OpenSea. I can do it on whatever. If you want me to show you how to create something on OpenSea, I can do that, but I don't need to go through that process. I'm gonna create it here, and then I'm gonna airdrop it to a singular person. Or Zacudo, you're gonna like this. Or if you're part of this community and you're out there collecting our tokens, so Zacudo, you might not, this is something that wasn't covered in Folding Ideas and that I actually closed the chapter on my role in the Decentraland report. I can go into more details why I don't want to have to cover a huge backstory right now because I feel like we're covering valuable business knowledge. But instead of airdropping to the community that one of one thing, I could say, put that into my community store where the people who are earning my community token by completing bounties, which if you don't know bounties, because he didn't mention those either, that's actually how you earn the community token is by doing things like right now you can earn our community token, Aurum, because Aurum nostrum non eris Aurum vulgi, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people who know what I just said. So you can do things like upvote, We also have trials of strength. So if you do exercises, if you're doing 10 push-ups, 25 sit-ups, you can earn tokens. And you can use those to purchase things like that one of one thing. So literally for $1,500, rather than spend our money on a one of one plot of land next to Genesis Plaza, we're going to build this event and we're going to build a flywheel cycle of growing value. And when you do that, you're going to get more space, you're going to get more partners. And eventually what will happen is, and this is really how you make money in your land in Decentraland. People, if you're looking to make money on land, in the Folding Ideas thing, he was showing if you bought land here during Kevin's stream, then you would have lost 90% value. You could say that about the whole freaking market. But anyways, if you watched my channel and you listened to the words, because what I'm telling you now is the same thing I told you a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that you don't buy land to sit on land. You buy land to build dope stuff, dope experiences, which serve people, right? Serve the people you care about. And as a result, major brands will come and stop by and decide to build land right next to you. No lie, just yesterday, I was walking down Rodeo Drive. Right now. I want to send this video right here because this is almost like it's meant to be. You see it says Pline Plaza right there? This is I'm not just telling you. I want to show you that this is what happens when you follow this strategy. This file's too big. All right, you know what? I'm going to post it on Instagram. All right, I'm posting this video on Instagram. I might delete it, but I'm posting this shit. Probably gonna delete. Share. All right. Here we go. I'm going to show you this. Because this is the strategy. Before any of this even happened, I said, this is how I'm going to, by the way, this is a really funny videos that I posted today. All right. I said that this is look, you build dope shit, right? You have great events. You have people keep coming to and eventually big brands will want to build right next to you. And that is what's going to increase the value of your land. It's not, what increases the value of your land is not being close to the center of Decentraland. The value of land in Decentraland is based on where the creative value is, where the creators are, where the builders are. That's the value of the metaverse in a nutshell. If you want to know which part of the metaverse is going to be the place, it's where the builders are. It's where the talent is. It's where the creators. It's wherever the creators are. And I knew that, and I stuck to that. And wouldn't you know that over time, one day, right next to my plot of land, this video says it all. I'm on Rodeo Drive right now. How much do you think it costs for any one of these storefronts to be next door to any one of these buildings? How much do you think it would cost to get next to one of these? Why does it cost so much? Because all the big brands are down over here. So when you see something like this, dude, right here on Rodeo Drive, and the guy decided to build his Decentraland plot. Oh, he forgot. Okay, forgot to switch. Thank you, Zacuto. Thank you, Zacuto. There you saw Philip Pline, right? You said right here
next to the Decentraland report.
Philip Pline on Rodeo Drive. And because where did he choose to build? He chose to build right here next to the Decentraland report. That's right. We had this build right here. And we literally chose to place this right next to a massive, massive estate where we bought our land because we knew that we could attract big brands to come and purchase that massive estate. It wasn't about, it was about purchasing a plot of land that was next to a massive estate and then doing dope stuff over and over again to attract so that when a big brand would come into Decentraland, they would choose to place it right next to us because we were where people were coming to, and because the people who were coming to us were aligned with the culture that their brand is trying to create. So, for instance, I didn't put our land right next to the casinos because anyone who knows me knows I'm against gambling. So I'm not creating a culture of, I didn't want to build something and I knew that brands that I wanted to attract next to me weren't necessarily going to want to be right next to the casino. So, in short, you start with a rental of land. You build your community up. You throw a really dope event, right? And then what you do, and this is literally what I did. You go to a investor, a partner, whatever you want to do. I didn't have money to buy 4 pieces of land, 5 pieces of land. I didn't have money to buy 5 pieces of land, folks. And I think this is the first time, so what I said is, you know what, I know I have a lot of skill, a lot of talent. I have land. I don't want to sell it, and I don't want to add on to it. I was throwing dope events, and I went to an investor. I went to somebody who I knew had capital and was interested in this space. And I said, hey, you don't have the time or the creativity to build dope stuff on here. I do. He probably does have the creativity, but he didn't have the time, obviously. And he wasn't trying to. So instead, he said, you know what? Like, let's do a deal. I'll buy 5 plots. I'll spend X amount of money on buying land. And, like, you build stuff on it. And you can make it the DCL Report HQ. So literally and I said I negotiated it so that I would have a certain amount of ownership of the certain plots of land, right? Like, so he would own a certain number of the plots of land and I would own a certain plot of land. And now why would he give me the plots of land? Because I had, so literally think about what I'm telling you right now. Create event, $1,500. Show a brand, show a culture, show an investor that you can bring and create culture. Tell them, hey, I'm going to increase the value of your land, not by waiting for the market to go down or to go up, but by building dope stuff and having regular events that are going to be just like this one where I got like 100, 200 people, right? Consistently, maybe you won't do 1 or 2. And then that person will drop 35, 40 grand on buying land and paying for whatever you need to do, you know, maybe your time even, to build out a space. So now you've literally spent $1,500 and now you have a dope space and now you keep doing dope stuff. And now a big brand like Pline Plaza comes along and it's Fashion Week. It happens every year, which means now this plot of land has guaranteed annual speculative value increase. You dig? Do you dig? I want to know, are there any questions? I've dropped some major one question that came up: after you have the design for a rented site and your event is over, can you reuse the design for other locations? Yes, you can reuse those designs at any of your designs on any locations and multiple locations. So if you didn't want a massive estate, you could also, what you do is you could go in and say, I want to buy a bunch of small estates. Like maybe you have a little build that you made that is 1 plot. You can rent a bunch of these little 1 plots for like, look, you know, very little amount of money. Let's go. Let's see. $1. Look at this. $1 a day. So you can rent 15 of these $1 a day lands and create a really fun scavenger hunt and, you know, like riddles that give you certain equations that to lead to certain coordinates. Like if you're trying to create culture in the metaverse, trust me, if you're trying to create value in the metaverse of your brand, it's not about just buying a piece of land. That's not how you do it. That's not how it gets done, folks. And you're not going to have a good time. You're not going to have fun. And if you're not having fun, then why are you here? Why are we doing this? For those of you who are tuned in right now, I appreciate you all. You know what? I'm going to airdrop one of these right now to the community. I don't know. Chanterelle, Vogue, Singapore, I'm feeling generous. I love you all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And I want to give a gift. So I'm gonna do a little trivia thing right here. I don't know why this isn't going for me. Let's do a little trivia. The first person to answer correctly is gonna get this NFT. Okay? Are you ready? Drop a 9 in chat if you're ready for this right here. And then we're gonna sign off, and I'll be back on 3 p.m. PST later today. It's about 5 hours. 5 hours from now. All right, maybe I'm just gonna wear my own. Maybe I'm gonna wear this dress myself. I know there is a delay. There actually is a significant delay on the, I know there's a significant delay on the LinkedIn. All right. Oh, wait, you know what? I just remembered. I'm not signing off right now. There's a fashion show right now. Wait a second. Hold on just 1 second. There is a fashion runway show right now. If it's going on, I will stick around. Let's see. Also, I want to change. I gotta change my outfit. It is Fashion Week. Let's go. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, let's go now. Let's go now. Let's go now. Happy. It's happening. It's happening. Let's go. Huh. Huh. Let's go now. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. And once you get to that advanced level, like your boy, you can move beyond the wearables. Like this hat is a wearable that I made. You can move a level beyond and you can get your own emote. Like Travis Scott. Look at this. Your boy's got his own emote. Just in time for the fashion show, folks. Let's enjoy. We totally just crashed here. Totally just crashed there. Is there instancing in DCL? Like, as in like different realms? Like, or do you mean like different realms that people can be on, or you mean like for lag and stuff? Are the people there are all visiting? Are the people visiting? Yes, exactly. So these are all people visiting the fashion show right now. Decentraland, the way Decentraland moves is like, honestly, the way I look at it is probably how the real internet moves. We just never realized it. People don't stay in one place. We look at the comments and we think people are actually there. So Decentraland moves to where things are happening. So it's like just seeing where people are viewing, like. So yes, all these people, like you can see this person right now is like invisible because they're loading in, right? This scene is like loading in for us right now. We're going to let it take a second here. Alrighty. Let's enjoy the show. Oh my gosh, it's starting. Oh my gosh. Let us sit front row. Oh my gosh. I've never been to a fashion show before. Can you tell? What? Oh. Wow. Wow. I'm taking photos. Magical. Wow. To build something like this, honestly, from scratch, to build something like this, let's say I would say 20 to 30,000. An event like this with all the different outfits, the 3D modeling, the animation work, it depends how from scratch you're going. But I mean, look, they also have the videos of all the models. This is all original work. Oh, they absolutely will. I mean, they're gonna have in-house devs, or they're just gonna outsource it to companies like my company, Imagine on Earth, which I would strongly recommend. Oh yeah, that's a fire picture. Exactly. Honestly, managing a dev team is the hardest part. Building a team, you know, understanding what to prioritize on, and time, you know, and the time it takes to learn these things. This is an amazing event. I'm so blown away. I agree. Jump in Spider. If anybody wants to jump in right now and join me, you're more than welcome. I actually just didn't change it. I could change it. I wasn't originally in Decentraland, but thank you for that heads up, Shake and Bake. I just didn't I didn't switch it to that. Oh my gosh, look at this outfit. Oh my gosh, the photorealism is kind of creepy, but oh, don't jump, watch out. Oh my gosh, look at this one. Wow. Wait a second. Look at Tobik. How did Tobik get up there? What the heck? Does everybody see that? Look at Tobik. What the hell? Tobik? How did he? I gotta get over there. Oh my gosh, look at Tobik. These people are, oh, that's so funny. Oh wow. Look at the view from up here. It says mint your Dundas wearable straight from the runway on nft.dressx.com. nft.dressx.com. Whoa. Exo Skins collection. Whoa. Whoa. Dress X is coming in correct here. They have a whole app. Wow. What a beautiful build, truly. It's always fun to explore these builds. It's a bit of an annoyance when everyone makes an app. I agree, Zakuto. I agree. I'm more of a fan of web apps. I get how, like, you know, certain technical limitations sometimes make it difficult to limit it to just a web app, but Sparty B. Jones. Oh my gosh, it's Sparty B. Jones. For those of you who don't know, Sparty B. Jones, absolute legend, winner of the first Mega Cube of the Central Land. Congratulations, Sparty B. Good to see you, Sparty. Look, it's the gang leader of the casinos, Royce himself, with his monkey pet. Look, doesn't he look like a boss level character? Oh my gosh, look at this. Whoa. Then now, wow. Look at this. Wow. This is emotion. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Wow. Lissy. I love it. I would say Lissy's rocking it. Probably one of the heaviest looks right now. I freaking love it. Oh my gosh. Is that who I think it is? Oh my gosh. Listen, first of all, Lissy's sending me some love. I appreciate that much. It's Jumpin' Spider. And what are those that I see? Oh my gosh. Amazing. Jumpin' Spider. With the Lucky Chicken 3000s. Yes. A lot of the homies. It's good that, you know, it's good to see, like, honestly, that one of the best, this is the thing that some people don't realize, like, that's, you can't get that experience. Legit, it is amazing. You can't get that experience, like, on a web stream, like a live stream with your friends. Like, that's why I started really falling in love with the metaverse, because we can live stream and then take a picture together. Jumpin' Spider is here in chat with me. We can get everybody in chat together taking a group picture here. Oh my gosh, at the fashion event. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling really good right now. This is what it's about, folks. This is what it is about. With your friends. You're at the fashion show. We would not have this opportunity. Look at this. Me and... Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, now Now we're talking. Hey, oh my gosh. This is the vibe. People get surprised how excited I get about this stuff, but it's like you're walking in an art piece. You are the art piece. This is the closest thing to that many people experience. You experience a deep truth. I love it. Let's experience this moment together. I'm gonna shut up. Let's just experience this. Hey, I see Honeybee. Honeybee's in the spot. Meggie. I mean, look at everyone's expressing. You know, this is the beautiful thing too. People can wear their best outfits and not worry about maybe, you know, damaging it. Or if they want to switch outfits mid-show, they can. Oh my gosh, look at the reindeer. By the way, those who might not even know, this person right here, VR Glitch, is one of the actual legends of fashion in Web3. Like, for those of you who don't know who VR Glitch is, oh my god, he is just standing there so nonchalantly as a freaking rainbow, as a reindeer. This is hilarious. Like, you can get legends in fashion, celebrities of their craft, hanging out so nonchalantly. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Oh my gosh. I gotta see if he'll add me. Okay. Amazing. I've sent the... I'm out here watching a fashion show with VR glitch. It's insane. Hey, somebody just sent me a message. It said, "Great outfit." Hold on, we have a question in chat here. Zakudo says, I have a burning question. As someone who is involved on a daily basis, how would you describe the technical growth of DCL? I mean, as a platform that enables experiences, the technical growth. So we're going to talk about the technical growth. What I see with my own eyes is a proof of concept. It is functional, but light years until the point with mass adoption would be likely. Probably the reason Facebook downscales their chase of the metaverse. You know what? Very well said. I think a huge important part of this is to say the technical growth is there, but will it be fast enough? Will that technical growth happen fast enough? Look, it's become easier and easier to get into Decentraland. The barrier for entry is getting lower. The ability and what can be done in Web3 is getting better and better. What is possible and what brands can do, the kinds of experiences, is getting better. The technical growth is sound. The technical basis, they have a great technical team, a great technical skill set. The cultural and the strategic growth is where Decentraland has lost its pace with its potential. Because there are so many different ways to look at and experience Decentraland, they couldn't market it in a way that was clear enough for users even, or people from the outside looking in to know, what am I supposed to do here? Where's the value that I get out of this? It became up to people such as myself and brands like the Decentraland Report to be that sort of cultural and strategic nodal point. Not to say the only, but a nodal point, because people needed something. And that's what made the Decentraland Report so successful, because it gave people a way to connect under that commonality. It's very far from mass adoption, and all the clients I work with, and if you're out there listening, watching right now is not the time for mass adoption. You're not here to, you're not here to create something with the intent of thinking like this is mass adoption. This is not mass adoption. This is early stage discovery and education. So all of the efforts and the culture created around this space should center around that and be really an onboarding experience to Web3 and an educational experience to financial literacy and value literacy rather than an approach of mass adoption, because, mass adoption requires a certain level of streamlined, industrialized process to value creation that doesn't exist in Web3 in a safe and consistent manner yet. Jumpin' Spider says, it's just because 3D experience is so much more complex than 2D. That's absolutely. It's so simple to create 90% of a decent website. What's complicated to create is the 3D world. Absolutely. The DCL brings some complexity. What Decentraland has accomplished in the 3D world on a web app, they do have their own, they have their own downloadable version too. That works great. Oh my gosh, it's Songo. I love seeing Songo. I froze. So obviously, I was having such a good time. Obviously, there's a huge challenge there. Obviously the best thing would be to be on the sort of, to be doing this on the desktop app, right? But Toaster's having a nightmare right now. He's a little baby. Folks, I'm definitely past my time right now. I think that fashion show is going to be on repeat. It's on loop. So I think we already went through one version of it. And I think, it's just a lot of exciting things happening. Thank you, Zakudo. And I want to end this on one final note. And that is to kind of tie together the topic of today's discussion, which is like business essentials. If you wanted to even say, I don't have even $1,500 to get started, in renting out land and doing all this, but I want to take part right now, today. I want to take part in Fashion Week. How can I do that? Well, you can do that for free using OnCyber. You just go to oncyber.io, you log in, you create a profile, you can create a space for free. They have all these free spaces, and you can choose any one of these free spaces here. For instance, White Cube, and create a space for free. Thank you, Zacuto, for tuning in. I'm doing this every day, 9 a.m. PST, these sort of workshop-esque Imagine on Earth sessions on at 3 p.m. PST today. So in about, let's say, 4.5 hours, I'll have another live stream. So I'm live streaming twice a day right now. So yeah, you could have this space right here for free, and something that in descent, say you want to collaborate with some, I'm going to tell you one of the key things is like so it's free, you can deploy it, it's really streamlined, really easy to get started. You don't even need me to explain it. You could literally go through here and press every button and intuitively figure it out entirely yourself. It's super simple. And you're gonna have a blast you're gonna have fun figuring it out. And it's, like I said, it's free. There's literally little to no Web3. If you have a wallet, you're already good to go completely. And then you can come in here and just add your assets to the scene and create your own Fashion Week experience right now for free from scratch. Look at this. You can get your fashion vibes. You can, you do this, and this is even accessible on mobile. So, you can send a link to all your friends. And look at this. Add your favorite digital clothing, digital assets here. Maybe you want to sell some of these. Boom. Oh, wow. Look at this. We have this one comes with a 3D model embedded in it. Murakami. Who knows Takashi Murakami? I got these Takashi Murakami shoes, super flex. Oh, wow. So we can have our own event here. You can even upload a portal that goes to, maybe you have your own special scene here that you've built. Like, for instance, I have that space, right, that I created for the Decentraland report. And the reason why I put this in OnCyber and not in Decentraland is because in Decentraland, it's super hard to put together, to host a video. Hosting videos in Decentraland is kind of difficult. Hosting videos in here is super easy. You just get the YouTube link. You go here into the YouTube link, you type a keyword, or, so let's see, Kevin on Earth, 999. Boom. The latest video right here. And just like that, we have our space. You don't even need to buy a domain. You don't even need to buy a domain, folks. Super simple. You can even token gate this. Thank you, Zacuto, for being a high quality person. You saw the video from Folding Ideas. You said, hey, I want to find out about this firsthand. You came through to the stream. I hope that this is something that brought a lot of good and positive learning. And yeah, absolutely. I feel a bit sad about you not watching the part about Folding Ideas that touched upon the DAO, but I totally understand why you wouldn't want to talk about a topic like that unscripted. Hey, I can watch that. And I'm down to watch that. I kind of have just ADHD, and I probably got either distracted or I probably was like caught up in another idea and I totally went off on another tangent, another direction. But I want to watch the rest of it. I do. Zacuto, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I'm a full-time artist, entrepreneur, creator. I've created a lot of different things. If you want to find out about what I've created, just come to my website, imagineonearth.com. I work with brands and I help them create really dope stuff too. And you can find out about all the different stuff. Hey, Zacuto, appreciate that. That is perfectly fine. You are always welcome. And Zacuto, only to note, we do have a community token that people get for watching and tuning in and joining the community. This is not something you have to pay for. It's something that's completely free. and is meant to give you the opportunity to vote in our DAO. So we do vote on things in our community in our DAO. We call our community Medieval Strategy because we are in the medieval state of the metaverse and we are headed towards the Renaissance. So we just call it Medieval Strategy. We do a lot of medieval strategy gaming too, like Web3 gaming. So you can actually go ahead and, you know, participate in the community, tune in the stream, and I get things from sponsors, NFTs from sponsors, clothing that I create, emotes that I create, that I allow people to use that token to purchase those things. What does this create? Literally a creative economy. We literally created a creative economy from scratch, and you can do this for literally very little to no money. I will show you how to do this on future streams or video on demand. If y'all just comment on the videos, tell me what you want to make videos, me to make videos about. I'm gonna make a little link code right here. Ramadan. This is called session 2. I'm doing 5 total sessions, so there's gonna be 5 sessions like this week that I anticipate. I don't really see a lot of people on LinkedIn. I'm not sure if this is the style of content LinkedIn. I'm doing it there because I want to give people the opportunity to learn, and from there I'll leave it probably to just Twitch and YouTube. But with that said, yes, 500 Aurum for whoever would like to claim that. It's just session 2. There are 5 codes available. You just basically go to the home on the community page and you do claim seeker code. And it was the grant that we got from the Decentraland that was able to allow us to create this thing. It's amazing. It really has made my life as a creator so much more fun and exciting. Because before this Zacuto, I used to do this all manually, sending all the... It was pain. Pure pain, Zacuto. Pure pain. All right, y'all. I will see you 3 p.m. PST. Zacuto, thank you for stopping through. Jumpin' Spider, thank you for being an amazing ambassador and telling Zacuto about what we do and being here and being a part of this community. Everybody else, Shake and Bake, thank you. Let's see who else. Sango of the East, you know, you're my brother. Everybody, thank you for stopping through. And, you know, the other day, they were, you know, they clowned me a bit on that Folding Ideas video. They were saying, you know, the guy only has 10 viewers. But let me just make this clear. I don't care how many people are at the lunch table. We are not about having the most popular poppin' lunch table in the cafeteria. At this lunch table, folks, we just make dope shit. We make cool stuff. We respect people's opinion. We empower each other. We are creative. We are daring. We're explorative. We are building a very authentic culture here. Absolutely. You know, it's okay to have your own opinion. It's okay to play with each other and joke around. And, you know, I might say stuff from time to time that might be insensitive or even very stupid. But I'm definitely always here and willing to open up and admit to where I'm wrong. And I think, you know, it doesn't matter how many viewers you have. And for somebody with 750,000 subscribers, let's see how many subscribers this guy's got right now. For them to have 750,000 subscribers, right? And still feel like the most relevant thing for you to talk about on your video, which now only almost has 1 million views, was a guy who has literally 5 viewers in chat right frickin' now on Twitch. Drop some frickin' 9s in chat, all 5 of you. Let's frickin' go. I want to see 5 9s in frickin' chat. This is us right here. This is the On Earth band right here.
If it is blood you seek, you're welcome to
If you
join
came to
us.
build, let's do it.
Only this handful of soldiers against Xerxes? I see I was wrong to expect Sparta's commitment to at least match our own.
Ha!
Doesn't it? You, there. What is your profession?
I'm a potter, sir.
And you, Arcadian. What is your profession?
Sculptor, sir.
You?
Blacksmith.
Interesting.
Spartans!
On Earth band.
What is your profession?
What's your profession?
See, old friend.
Fucking medieval
I brought
strategy.
more soldiers than you did.
We got more viewers than you, bro. I hope. Alright, y'all, that's enough for me. I think I scared Toaster on that last one. Knocked out the green screen. I was given this sword as a gift, okay? This is from my Dungeons and Dragons days. Okay? This is my Dungeons and Dragons sword. Don't be creeped out. This is my Dungeons and Dragons sword. I put on my cape. If you're creeped out by Dungeons and Dragons, I actually can understand that as well. Appreciate you, Shake and Bake. Yeah, I definitely don't watch Andrew Tate. My wife would, I think, divorce me if I did. No, dude, it's an only at home thing. You don't go out into public with your sword. You keep your sword at home. Use it during Dungeons and Dragons. Cause I don't know. Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? If you ever played Dungeons and Dragons, let me know. I'm a nerd. I like Dungeons and Dragons. I love medieval strategy, Age of Empires, Civilization 5. Oh my gosh. You know what? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, I would be concerned if somebody's walking around in public with a sword. I have a really funny video of me at a Renaissance fair. Not with my sword, but, you know, as Kavorik the Bard, I'm going to have to show y'all. That's why I'm Kavorik the Bard here. Zakudo, appreciate you coming by big time. Everybody, Shake and Bake, appreciate you stopping through. I also have to jump off. I'm starving right now. I'm going to go grab a bite, but much love. Appreciate y'all. Take it easy. Be creative. Explore every possibility, and I hope y'all have a great day.